Okay. Thanks for being with me. This is my UFO footage from the other night. This was done on security cameras that are in black and white, and then also on my cell phone a little bit. So I'm gonna walk you through it. All right. This is when I first went outside because I felt them. Oh my gosh. Sorry. It jumped ahead. I felt them here. So I got up, took my phone with me, opened up the front door to look out, and sure enough, there were three of them. And I guess that sound in the background is just, I must have had the TV on or something. Back in there. So I stepped outside on the porch to keep my cat from getting out. They're here. Okay, I don't know what that sound is because I'm still picking it up and I am outside. There's one. I didn't notice that before. And I mean, it's like 3 a.m. There's nobody out there talking. I don't know what that is I'm hearing. Because I'm literally standing on the porch barefoot with the door shut behind me. But there are these tiny little dots here. I'm going to zoom in a minute to let you see. There's a coon on my porch. Uh-huh. And I even have a clip of the coon on my security camera just so you can see. But there's one of them right there. I am zooming in on it. And this is with my cell phone, and I just have a regular Android cell phone. It's not nothing fabulous.
I can't hold steady.
I cannot.
It's not moving. It's just blinking, flashing its lights.
I cannot zoom in on stars or anything like that with my phone. It would be too pixelated.
I don't think I can get the other one from this angle with the door shut. But there's a raccoon on my porch right now, so I'm not opening the door back up right now. See?
And that is not zoomed out or zoomed in at
Clear
all.
sky. No clouds, no trees in the view.
None. That's straight above me in the sky. Well, I guess technically straight above the end of my home. I was on one end and it was on the other end up in the sky.
That's why I came to the door. It's actually 3 a.m. But I felt them. I knew they were here. And there's three of them. Beautiful.
And there's the coon. Got caught on the security camera. And that's the front door I was standing at. And you can actually see the object right over there. One is there, and I think one is right there. Now I'm looking at the security camera live, and I've zoomed in on the camera as far as I can. And again, these are just basic $20 security cameras. They're nothing fabulous. So for it to zoom in like that, it had to have been close. That's me zoomed out. That's the security camera looking at it in its full view. And this right here that you see is my umbrella tied down, and this is just some ivy on my porch deck. And there was no moon. This was during the new moon. This was, let's see, this is Friday. This is either Sunday night or Monday night. The next one, I think, has a timestamp in it with a date that'll tell us for sure. But I'm just zoomed in on it, watching it. And it actually sort of relocates here in a little while. And you'll see it on the left side of the umbrella. And then it blips out. And then it appears again over here. So I'm just going to kind of fast forward through some of this because I'm just watching, filming with my phone camera on the security camera. That are two separate views. You know, the security camera I have on a whole different piece of equipment. So I'm using my cell phone to videotape it, even though it's also recording. So this is okay. Let me back up a little bit. My fingers are in the way because I'm zooming in and out on that screen. But here in a few minutes, you're going to see it actually start flickering and changing colors. You're going to see lights around the outside of it. And it's actually more of like a rectangle shape. Uh, that's just the ivy I accidentally zoomed in on. The light distorts it, but it's actually like a rectangular shape with very large round lights all around its perimeter. And you're going to see those lights start to light up and change, flicker off and on, intermittently all around it. But what's so incredible about this is that the color of the lights actually show up in this security camera footage, and this camera is in black and white. Its night vision is in black and white. There are no colors ever. I've had these cameras for 2 years. You only ever get black and white. And you're going to see color lighten up on it, which is incredible. But they definitely wanted me to see them really well. And the interesting thing here for everyone to understand is that this was shortly after the interview I had done with the Jeff Mara podcast or whatever it's called. And several of his subscribers were calling me a fraud and saying that I didn't really have these experiences and all of that. And he was pressing me for documentation anyway, and then didn't show it. He actually clipped it out, the documentation that I had. And this, I feel like this was why his viewers didn't necessarily believe my story. So I wanted some good video footage that I actually don't currently have. Um, and I don't try to videotape them usually because I don't want to turn it into a circus, and I still don't. But I was sitting there one night in the quiet, and I was meditating and talking to them and telling them, you know, that I really wish they would just show up long enough for me to get some great footage of something just to show to people, because it really hurt my feelings deeply that my integrity was doubted, you know, because I am a very honest person and I don't make things up, and I don't want to I don't need to over dramatize. There's so many crazy things that have happened in my life that there's no need to elaborate on any of it with drama. Like none of my story is made up. And if I didn't know me, I would probably doubt me too, honestly. But because I do know me and I do know that this is real truth, it really bothered me that these people were saying such mean things, you know. So I was asking them to come so that I could videotape them to show to people. And they literally called to me and let me know that they were here. I felt the electricity tingling all over my body. I knew immediately that they were here. and I just instinctively grabbed my phone and went to the door and started filming. And then, because the coon was on the porch and my cat kept trying to get out, I had to stay inside the house. So then I had to depend on looking at the security camera. And I was really worried I wasn't going to be able to see them on the security camera, but they actually came closer, as you can tell. They came a lot closer because you can see my umbrella, see the size of my umbrella here, and it's just that regular size patio umbrella, right? But look how big it is. I mean, if you didn't know better, you would think that that's the moon, but it isn't because it was a new moon. There was no moon in the sky, none whatsoever. And my security camera doesn't pick up stars. It only would pick up the moon if that's what it was, and it wasn't. It absolutely was not the moon. And that you can see part of my deck here and the deck railing and some ivy here, and that's a plant sitting next to this ivy. And then there it is clearly, and here is my umbrella for the patio right there, for my patio table. And about this time is when I was thinking, okay, well, do something. And then these lights start showing up on a black and white security camera. You can clearly see that light, I'm sure. And I'm just going to see if I can't zoom it in more. I was hoping I could. Well, I think my mouse just locked up on me. There it is. Now I'm working again. So let's see if I can get it to zoom the screen. No? Okay. You're going to hear me getting quite tickled about the color because I know that my security camera does not show color. And I had just literally thought to them, okay, we'll do something. To see all that light. Look at all those beautiful lights all the way around it. And you can see better now, too, that it's more rectangular. And every once in a while, you can see a flash. And of course, all this is like an energy field around it. See the energy field really well. I was trying to get my back a little more comfortable the way I was bending over. My back was starting to cramp up trying to film this. So I do apologize for the unsteadiness. It's hard to hold still that long. And now you can see it kind of lost its squared off corners and it looks more um, oval shaped. And there's the colors. It's lighting up again, flickering all of its lights all around it. And you can clearly see like blue and green the most prominently, but every once in a while you can see reds, yellows, oranges as well. It's like the whole chakra color system. There's even some purple that shows up occasionally in it. Just really incredible, really beautiful. I love the light show that I was blessed with that night. And again, this is on a security camera that is in night vision that only sees in black and white. So for these colors to show up was really a treat. And I can't explain it. I cannot explain it. How did all these lights show up? There are no lights outside anywhere around my porch, my deck, in my yard, at the neighbors' houses, nowhere. And this was literally straight up in the sky at the back side of my house. That's the direction that this security camera is angled, to look toward the back end of my house. And you can see it's sort of changing its light pattern now, which is creating different distortion fields. And I did have the volume on my security camera as well. There was no sound outside whatsoever. It's beautiful, right? So amazing and beautiful. And I mean, obviously, when I zoom in on it, you can clearly tell that's not no moon. That's no moon. That's my beautiful Pleiadian people. Okay. So now, well, I'll give it a few more minutes and then I'm going to go ahead and bump ahead on the footage just a little bit. We're about 20 minutes in. It was actually out there for over an hour, but it was just to videotape that for so long, you know. Okay, here's some really good colors coming up. It's going to get really wild with the colors. Do you see all those purples and blues and yellows and greens flashing? Isn't that incredible? It stopped again for a minute. Now it's back on. And to me now it almost looks like a puzzle piece. You know, how you've got kind of a like a knobby end on one side of it. I'm trying to zoom the screen with my fingers and record with the camera that's in the other hand at the same time. Okay, so now it's stopped doing the flickering again. It's just a solid light. And again, it looks more oval shaped rather than rectangular right now. And it just kept doing this for like over an hour. I watched it, but I just couldn't record that long. It was really hard on me leaning over top of the screen like that.
Shit.
And there goes the lights again. And it just kept doing that, where almost like the lights were doing some kind of sequence, you know? And to me, it looks like when the lights are all flickering, that it's, and that's just a regular screen. And this is actually an hour ahead, so it was going on 4 o'clock by this point, and I'm just showing for, good measure that it's still in that same location there. I guess I didn't get the part where it blipped out for a minute, but there is a segment on the security footage. Now that's just a car driving by, and you can see that doesn't change anything with that lighting up there because that's just a white car lights. Okay, so that's just it being, on the security camera itself, just to show that it's not really, it's kind of drifting every once in a while around, but it doesn't really go out of my view. And like I said, it stayed there for, I mean, I watched it. It was probably there longer, but after a good hour and a half, 2 hours of it, I was just exhausted. I had to go on to bed because by the time I was done, it was around 5 a.m. I just couldn't watch it any longer. And it wasn't doing anything except the lighting sequence off and on, So that's what I have. Let me go